What's up, guys? It's Drew here for another severe weather forecast. It's Sunday, April 20th, and yeah, let's take a look. So, as we can see here, we have a 3 out of 5 enhanced risk for severe weather that includes places like Springfield, Fayetteville, and Springdale. We have a 15% risk surrounding that includes places such as St. Louis, Shreveport, Little Rock, and Springfield. And we have a slight risk, sorry. And we have marginal risk surrounding that. It includes places such as Memphis and Tulsa. Now, as we take a look at our tornado risk, we have a hatched 15% tornado risk. Hatched 10% tornado risk, my bad. And this includes areas such as Springfield, Columbia, and Springdale. Now, a hatch risk is a 10% risk or greater of strong to violent tornadoes within 25 miles of any point. Okay, why does it keep resetting on me? There could definitely be a couple of strong to violent tornadoes in this little hatched area today. So yeah, you definitely want to stay weather aware with that today. We have a 5% risk that surrounds that clips just through southeastern Kansas here. It includes places like St. Louis and Little Rock. Then we have a 2% risk that includes places such as Memphis and Peoria. Now, the wind is also going to be a little bit of a greater threat as well as the tornado threat. It includes similar areas to what the tornado threat in the just categorical outlook in general includes areas such as Springfield and Jefferson City. The 15% risk that surrounds it includes places like Little Rock and Springfield. And then the 5% risk includes places such as Memphis and Kansas City. As far as the hail risk goes, it is a little bit of a lower risk, but there is a risk for hail nonetheless. It includes places such as Springfield and Jefferson City once again, it's a 15% risk, sorry. And a 5% risk, this includes places such as Tulsa and, Tulsa and Springfield. Alright, so let's take a look at our composite reflectivity. This is a slightly older run because the newer run did not have all the hours yet, or the data in for all the hours or whatever. So this is as of 2 o'clock, which as I am recording this is currently 2:01. We can see that we have stronger storms here. You can see the pink that's in there. That is the hail core in these storms. But you can see we have stronger storms pushing into southwestern Missouri, down through Arkansas, and all the way down here, all the way down even to southern Texas. But I think that once you get kind of in this little area right here, through southwestern Missouri, down through kind of Arkansas, maybe southwestern portions of Arkansas, but I think this kind of line of storms here is going to be what goes severe more quickly, and is going to be more intense. Now, as we take a look at 3 o'clock, you can see the storms continue to push into Missouri, southeastern parts of Missouri here. Definitely want to take a look. You can see kind of the white on this little storm up here. That is definitely indicative of a decently strong hail core there. Now, as we move into what would be 4 o'clock, we continue to have stronger storms continuing towards central Missouri, down through Arkansas here. And I feel like that a couple of these storms, as we move into like eastern parts of Texas, could be a tad on the stronger side, but I really don't know if these are going to be as severe as these ones that are more kind of up here in this little corridor right here. So just my thought on that. Now, as we move into 5 o'clock tonight, Now as we move into 5 o'clock, we can see that cell's still pushing in through Missouri and Arkansas here. Now, as we take a look at the model here, we can see that these storms kind of down in Texas here and southwestern Arkansas are definitely starting to appear a bit more intense, especially this little cell kind of down in here. But I do think that these definitely could go stronger, maybe severe. I could definitely see some severe warnings out of these, but I don't really expect as much intense activity out of these as I do more up kind of in here, the Arkansas, Missouri area. So as we move into 6 o'clock tonight, we can see that storms continue to push through Missouri and Arkansas. These storms looking like they're kind of starting to die down a little bit, kind of as you get past this little area right here. Definitely, again, some of these storms could still be severe and qualify as severe storms. As we move into 7 o'clock tonight, they continue here through Arkansas, Missouri. They start to kind of lose a little bit of steam, it looks like, as we move later on into the night. But I think these still would be at least a low, medium grade severe. As we move into 8 o'clock tonight, still pushing through here. Definitely starting to lose a little bit of steam here. Not too much has changed, really, except for maybe a couple more severe storms kind of down in Texas over here. But really, not a lot has changed with that. Now, as we move into 9 o'clock, this is where I think they would really start to kind of lose their steam. As you can see, they turn in... No, I didn't want to look at his sounding. Give me a minute. As you can see, they start to turn into more of a bowing segment as they move through parts of Illinois towards Indiana. And you can see they kind of go all down a line here again, all the way down to Texas, in fact. Now as we look at what would be... So yeah, this would be 10 o'clock here. We can see the storms definitely turning into a somewhat impressive bowing segment here. And of course, when you get bowing segments in a line of storms like this is what leads to straight line wind events and therefore straight line wind damage. We could definitely see a couple little cells down here with a little bit of a hail core going on that could be somewhat severe, I do believe. Now, as we move into... No, my. I can click on the right number. There we go. Holy, sorry about that. Now, as we move into 11 o'clock, still a bowing segment going on here. But really, I think the only thing out of these upper storms here kind of moving through Illinois is just going to be more of a wind threat. I don't know if there's going to be much in the way of hail, really. Actually, even really anywhere, except for a few isolated storms, kind of one in, like, here, maybe one kind of down here, and, maybe one down even in Texas or something, but more as it starts to turn into that bowing segment, it's just going to be a wind event more than anything. Now, as we move into midnight here, we see a continuation of that action. Really just the bowing segment, really not much in the way of hail, just like that previous hour data was. So yeah, I think that there's definitely a chance to see some decent severe weather go on today. Just as long as you stay weather aware and, heed all the warnings and everything, you should be alright. Of course, I might upload a video later today, if I need to, an update thing once things really start getting going. So, yeah, just to let you know on that. So, yeah, that will be it for today's severe weather forecast video. Hopefully you did enjoy, and I will see you in the next forecast.